In 2013, when I was pregnant with my daughter Isabel, she was supposed to come. She was supposed to be born in December, and she came on the bright sunshiny day of October 13th. And when I say sunshiny, I mean sunshiny. There was nothing going wrong with my pregnancy. Everything so far had looked great. I actually had a checkup the morning of her birth, and they asked me, did I have any questions? And I said no. And she came on October 16th, and it was an emergency C-section. She weighed a pound and some change. She ended up having to be in the NICU for about 6 weeks. During this time, I had my boys. We were still quite new to the homeschool community. I had my boys in 2 co-ops, and they were awesome co-ops. And, you know, people would be like, you're crazy for doing 2 co-ops, but they each provided something very unique. And these 2 provided exactly what we needed. So it really worked for us at the time. So anyway, so when we had Isabel, these 2 co-ops had started a food train for us. And I had women come into my house to drop meals off, meeting me in parking lots to drop meals off. It was to the point where we did not have to cook for 2 months. I mean, come on, you guys. I think the lesson here is that if you don't want to have to cook for 2 months, have a baby. But then that might backfire, because if you have the baby, you're going to be cooking much longer than what it was worth to get 2 months worth of meals. So anyway, don't do that. But it was such a blessing, and it was the words, it was the encouragement. But I think also I was in such a vulnerable state that I had no other choice but to receive. You know, oftentimes when somebody asks us if we need help, we're, oh no, I'm fine, I got it. You know, we're all trying to be super women and wear our cape and look like we have it all under control. And on the inside, we're like, somebody help me, I'm dying, help, please. And during that time, I mean, women just, I loved how it all poured, everyone poured in. The added value was not that it was just women, but it was that homeschool aspect, which meant I needed somebody to tell me how to readjust my school schedule, because I still have the responsibility to educate my children, but I just had an emergency C-section, and I'm still driving out to Baltimore to go see the baby when I can, and I'm still pumping, and I'm still, you know, and that's that specific homeschool aspect that I think that we understand within our community. Is there's that responsibility of, I still have to educate my kids in the midst of this, and I need somebody to show me the way, or to help to ease my conscience, or give me a creative strategy for how to do this now, because I don't know what this should look like. You're teaching your children life right now, right? Because homeschooling is not just, you know, the algebra. It's not just reading, you know, the great adventures in history and geography. It's also teaching them life. And I think that's a huge aspect of homeschooling, is we're teaching them how to do life simultaneously. The second reason is that every year there are conferences once a year during the summertime where women get an opportunity to get refreshed as a homeschooler. And they have great speakers, but they're in Virginia, or, you know, they're in another state, and you have to pay for it, and you have to figure out sleeping arrangements and hotel stay. I wanted to provide a local community where you can get that same type of refreshing and refilling without the cost, without the distance, without having to figure out, you know, who are your kids going to stay at, your grandmom's house or your auntie's house? Or, you know, are you really contemplating the mechanic at this point? Are you that desperate for a babysitter? I wanted to provide a place where we can come together, and it's not a stress or a strain, but you can come and get what you need and go right back to your house.